Hey everyone, today's video is about how some animals never drink water at all. Imagine surviving your entire life without once picking up a glass, or licking a puddle, or guzzling from a hose after running a lap and dramatically pretending you're dying. That's the daily reality for some desert legends. And spoiler, you probably wouldn't survive it. Instead, it gets all the water it needs from the seeds it eats. Plus, it has magic kidneys that reabsorb. Every drop like a desperate gym bro wringing out a towel for gains. And if you're wondering what happens to its pitone, just know it comes out as something closer to paste than liquid. Dry, dusty, dehydrated, and somehow doing better than you, like literally desert hummus. Surely animals outside the Sahara don't still treat hydration like witchcraft. But then you meet the sandcat. This thing looks like a plush toy, but acts like it paid off a hitman with rattlesnake leftovers. Doesn't drink water, ever. It eats its water mostly in the form of rodents. Congratulations, hydration just became carnivorous. So before you get comfortable, take a moment to like the video and subscribe, but only if you really like what I do here. Like it's starring in a very tiny, very creepy spin-off of Twilight. Like, why did we end up sipping from bottles with rubber straws while frogs soak up hydration through their belly flaps? The answer is evolution and a series of ridiculous accidents. Nature never planned for dignity. It just wanted survival. Koalas, despite looking like eucalyptus-scented angels, don't drink often and rely almost entirely on leaves until bushfires hit, and they panic. Videos went viral of koalas rushing up to cyclists, begging for water. It's tragic. Also kind of awkward when a wild animal breaks the fourth wall and begs for a drink. Yeah, no cups, no licking. Just sit on a wet leaf and soak it in like you're manifesting moisture. Maybe it's just your brain slowing down from all those images frogs with belly patches. Now see cucumbers sipping from the wrong end of the system, bats that find hydration in shadows. Take a slow breath. You don't need to be a camel or a tardigrade. You just need a little water and a little wonder. Let it all blur. Let it all blur. Now just soft, light dim. Let the sound of the fan carry you. You're safe. You're okay. They've been spotted sipping blood off roadkill when water's scarce. Romantic? No. Efficient. Disturbingly so. You ever love hydration enough to lick road pizza? Didn't think so.
Ow.
It came from millions of years of trial, error, and frankly, desert-based suffering. Meanwhile, the tardigrade, that microscopic water bear straight up, dries itself out into a crinkly ball called a ton when water vanishes, then reanimates when things get wet again. Basically, the horror movie version of a Capri Sun. NASA once stuck tardigrades on the outside of a space shuttle, and they survived. Without water, in space. While you cried last week when your humidifier broke. Meanwhile, a beetle figured out fog collection thousands of years before your SodaStream. Maybe hydration isn't just a biological need. It's a story about adaptation, about pushing the limits of biology, about surviving in places humans would turn into spa brochures and then promptly die in. Some amphibians even have what scientists call drink patches on their bellies. During the Great London Stink of 1858, the Thames turned into an open sewer. Humans almost collapsed from the smell, but rats, they just drank condensation from underground pipes and moved on. Probably complained about the vintage. Sure, but survived. You bought yoga pants that promised the same thing, and all you got was swamp butt. These guys lap blood with their tongues. It's kind of like your drunk cousin trying to sip soup off a plate at 3 a.m., except it's highly efficient. And fun fact, during World War II, the U.S. considered using bats as literal firebombs because hydration's great, but what if you could also explode? Their real superpower is not peeing. For days. Instead, their red blood cells stretch out like little balloons to hold more water, and their nostrils trap moisture like some elite spa humidifier. Meanwhile, your Brita filter is already clogged and you're just hoping for the best. Also, drop your location and local time in the comments. I want know who else is staying hydrated across the globe. Now, turn off the lights, maybe turn on the fan for some soothing noise, and let's watch today's video. No brain, no heart, but when thirsty, they absorb water through their cloaca. That's right, they drink with their butts. It's not a joke. Nature literally said, let's do hydration backwards. Most birds have to tilt their heads back and let gravity do the work. But pigeons evolved sippy straws. If evolution had a toddler mode, you're laughing now, but remember how you once tried a celery juice cleanse? Same energy. You're crawling through the Namib Desert now, which is basically a giant sand-colored death trap with a sky. You're panting, delusional, and cursing the bottle of LaCroix you didn't bring. Then out of nowhere, you see a beetle. A fog-basking beetle. Just standing there, but in the air, like it's doing downward dog. And what's it doing? Drinking water. From fog, off its own butt. Yeah, meanwhile, you're 3 minutes from licking a cactus and praying for electrolytes. This beetle isn't a one-off freak. The kangaroo rat-adorable menace of the American Southwest never drinks either. Back in ancient Mesopotamia, people once worshipped river gods and planned empires around irrigation. Meanwhile, the sand gazelle figured out how to shrink its own liver during droughts to cut down on water loss. Your liver? Just complains when you order another margarita. Even the thorny devil lizard of Australia, which sounds like a medieval insult, uses tiny grooves in its skin to channel rainwater from its back to its mouth like some weird self-filling straw. You need a $60 smart bottle to remind you to sip water twice a day. These creatures don't just survive, they thrive. Okay, so now you're crawling out of the desert and thinking. Then there's the vampire bat. This little dude drinks only fluids but not water, just blood. Meanwhile, back in the jungle, you've got frogs absorbing water straight through their skin. Now for the weirdest entry. Sea cucumbers. Camels, yes, they drink. But here's the twist. It's not their humps. Oh, and pigeons. They drink by sucking, like tiny feathered vacuum cleaners. From amphibians bathing their bellies to sea cucumbers going full reverse plumbing, water's just an idea, and biology gets creative when thirst strikes. You're now at the part of your existential spiral where you're reevaluating everything. Take the camel again. Its ability to go weeks without water didn't come from a master blueprint. Some animals evolved around scarcity, while others got creative with their resources. But not every adaptation's noble. And don't even get me started on vultures. So what does this mean for us? We're the only species that invented flavored hydration tablets and still forget to drink. And hey, next time you feel superior to a pigeon, just remember it can sip without looking like a faucet-challenged toddler. So now you're lying still, surrounded by impossible creatures with impossible skills, and it's kind of beautiful. The air feels quieter. End of script. Thanks for following along.